let's review the FSC. Now, the FSC offers 7 different pages. Let's review each page one at a time. So, page number 1 is the client's information. You're going to type in the first, middle, and last name, the phone number. Always have the home phone number section complete. Now, if they have a cell phone number, you could actually type the same number on both, but the home phone number has to be filled out. That's the phone number that's transferred over to the website. Now, you're also going to have to choose the source. Now, referred by technically gives you an option of choosing the source. How did the customer hear about us? So in this case, let's just go with a rewrite. Let's say a customer that had a policy with us, now we're offering a new option. Input by, you're always going to have to select your initials. Address, always type in the correct address. And verify the address. If it doesn't verify, but this is the address that the customer is giving you, then that's fine. You could leave it alone. But the majority of the time is going to confirm the address. Now, for the applicant status, especially if you're just quoting a customer, you're always going to leave it under prospect. You're only going to change it after you determine the outcome. So once again, for page number 1, you're going to need the name, first, middle, and last name, the phone number, the source, your initials, the address. You're going to have to verify the address, and you're going to leave prospect. For the training purposes, we're going to put it under cancel. And you're going to save it. Now, keep in mind, you're always going to save the FSC every time you move on from one tab or one page to the next. Save the information just in case the FSC closes. At least you saved all the information that you inputted. So let's go to driver section, page number 2. You're going to type in the date of birth. You're going to select the gender, marital status. If there's multiple drivers, you're going to have to select the marital status for each driver. So in this case, let's add 2 drivers. For the driving experience, if the amount that's calculated is over 20, just go to total US and switch it to 20. Now, let's assume that this driver number 1, is going to have a license. So you're going to leave it under California, verifiable, and total US. And then you're going to type in the license number. Now, to add the date first license, sometimes you're going to need it. Just press Control Q, and it automatically calculates since the age of 16. Now, to add a driver, you're going to go to Add. The last name is transferred over from the policyholder's last name. So if it's not the same last name, then you could delete it and just type in the right information. So you're going to fill out the information, and then you're going to choose the gender and marital status. So in this case, let's select married. Now, for the second, third, or even the fourth driver, you're going to have to select the relationship to applicant. So technically the relationship of Maria to Rudy. So in this case, let's put spouse. Now let's assume that the second driver does not have a license. You're gonna add a 0 to the total US years and months, and you're gonna add the 17 years that we had on the top. We're gonna add it under total foreign. That technically means that the driver does not have a California license. This is a total foreign driver driving experience. So someone that has a matricula, someone that has a international passport or international license, is going to have the driving experience under total foreign. Now, for an international driver, you don't need to complete the license state, but you're going to have to add the ID number, of the matricula or the passport or the international license. Every single license or ID, even if it's not a California ID, is gonna have a ID number. So make sure to add the number under license number. And then once again, for the date first license, you could select Control Q, and it automatically adds the driving experience. Now, if we're adding an excluded driver, you go through the same process. You're gonna add the phone number. The name and last name of the driver, the date of birth. So for example, if there's a registered owner that's not going to be driving the vehicle, you're going to select the gender, marital status, always leave them single, and then the relationship. You could either select relative other or non-relative other. If it's just a registered owner, then select non-relative other. You can leave the rest, the driving experience, you can leave it alone. License number and state, you're not going to add anything. Date first license, you're going to leave it alone. And just select this excluded box. So technically we have three drivers: the policyholder, the second driver. Policyholder has a California license, so the date of birth, the gender, the marital status, driving experience, the license, and then the second driver has all the information: date of birth, gender, marital status, relationship to the first driver, foreign driver license experience, and then the ID number. And then the third driver is an excluded driver. So we have the name, the date of birth, gender, marital status, which is single, non-relative, and then we exclude them. So save the information and keep original quote date. You're going to keep saving the information every time you finish one page and you go into the second page. Now for the third page, for the third section, you're going to type in the VIN number of the vehicle that you're going to add. Now if you have multiple vehicles, you're going to use the same method to actually add more vehicles. So type in the VIN number under VIN lookup, and it's going to automatically confirm the vehicle, the year, make, and model of the vehicle. So you need to type in the VIN number. And the majority of the VIN numbers are 17 digits. So you verify the information, and it's going to confirm the vehicle, the year, make, and model of the car. So you go next, and then you go finish. So literally, you really don't have to do much. All you have to do is just add the VIN number, and it confirms the information. Now for annual mileage, you're always going to put 10,000. Vehicle underwriting, you don't need to do anything here. Vehicle's information just gives you the VIN number of the vehicle, the type of vehicle. It's a 4-door, cylinders, a V6. And then you go to loss payee. If the vehicle is being financed, you would actually select the loss payee, and you would type in the lien holder's information, the finance company's information. Let's just add Honda Financial. Then you would select the address. You would type the address. The majority of the time, the registration is going to have the information of the finance company. And you go to additional information, the license plate number. If you have the registration, just type it in. If you don't have it, you could just put NA. The odometer of the vehicle, you could always ask the customer how many miles does the vehicle have, and just type it in. Now let's add another cart. Once again, you're going to type in the VIN number. And you're going to select the lookup. It's going to verify the information. All you have to do is just finish. And the same process. Under the annual mileage, just type in 10,000. If the vehicle is being financed, you're going to select the lost payee. And you're going to add the lien holder's information. In this case, just let's leave it blank. Then additional information. Type in the plate number. Ask the customer how many miles does the vehicle have. And I'm also going to show you how to add a vehicle without having the VIN number. So you're actually going to select the year, make, and model manually. So type in the year. So instead of typing the VIN number, you're going to type the year of the vehicle. So let's just say it's a 2000. And then you're going to choose the make and model manually. So let's say it's a Honda Accord, Honda Civic. You go next, and then just choose anything. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what VIN number or VIN preference you select. And then you're going to do the same thing, 10,000. So if you're offering a quick quote, you really don't need the VIN number. And then you're going to save the information. Once again, keep original quote date before you continue, before you go to the next page. Now the following page, it gives you an option of selecting the coverages. So in this case, let's just delete the coverages just to make it less complicated. And we're just going to leave it at 15, 30, and 5. Now, 15, 30, and 5, that's a basic liability. If you need to add the 10,000, just select the arrow and then choose the limits. If you need uninsured motorist, you're going to select the UMBI option, select the 1530, and then for the property damage for uninsured, you just select the box. Now, if the vehicle requires comprehensive and collision, you're going to go to comprehensive and collision. With comprehensive is here, collision is it's right in the bottom, and you're going to select the deductible. The majority of the time, we always offer quotes with $1,000, which is cheaper. But if one vehicle requires $1,000 deductible and then customer wants a $500 deductible for the other vehicle, you could select different deductibles. And then of course the third vehicle, we'll leave it just basic liability. So you're technically able to select the limits by selecting the right coverage. Now once again, save the information, keep original quote date, press OK. Now you're going to go to the following page. This is the company selection page, technically where you will select the company. Now always press the annual option, which will organize the companies from the lowest. You can see the premium, which is $42.67, to the highest premium. Now you're always going to go based on the lowest premium. So in this case, we have a couple companies: National General, Infinity, and then we have Nations. Now if you select the company, select the box. If you right click on the I, which is going to open installment plan, it's going to give you an idea of the monthly payments that this company is offering. So for these 3 vehicles, 2 drivers, liability, uninsured motorist, comprehensive and collision for 2 vehicles, $1,000 deductible for one, $500 for the other car, they're offering $350 for the monthly payment. Now under the installment amount, it gives you the monthly payment, which would be $358. Under the down option, it gives you submission, so submission will be $415. Now it also gives you a 6-month policy. There's companies that offer a 12-month policy, and it also gives you the option of confirming how much are they going to offer for 6 months paid in full, and it gives you the full payment, which is $2133. So if they wanted to make the payment for 6 months paid in full, that would be the total, $2,133. Now if they wanted to pay the policy in full for the whole year, you could go under the term, right click, and select either the 6 or the 12 month, and it gives you the options for 12 months. Now there's a few companies that only offer 6-month policies, and there's a few companies that offer a 12-month policy. So in this case, it gives you a premium of $42.47 or monthly payments of $361 with submission of $418. So there's different plans based on the amount requested and also the amount for the monthly payment that they offer. Now, if you see a number under not rated, that technically means that the company, or at least this company, does not offer coverage for the vehicle number 2 or vehicle number 1. So National General, for instance, they're not offering any coverage for the Honda Civic. Nations is not offering any coverage for the Maxima. Now, that's based on their regulations, so it doesn't really give you the details, the reasons why they don't offer coverages. All you have to remember, if there's a number under not rated, that technically means that that vehicle is not being rated. So whatever monthly payment they're offering is technically without that vehicle, without vehicle 1 or without vehicle 2. If we're going to bridge over to the insurance company to actually confirm the rate, because the FSC only offers an idea of the options, you have to run it through the website. If there's a license, they're going to run the driving record, and they're going to determine the actual options that they're going to offer. You're going to go to bridge, which is this bridge over here, and you can select the name of the company, which we select the National General. So under the bridge, you're going to see National General, and it bridges over to the insurance company, and you could complete the quote on their website. Now, if we were to sell the policy, we're going to bridge over also to the Hawksoft so we could complete our paperwork. So the bridge, we use it twice if we sell a policy. We bridge over to the website to confirm the rate, and also we bridge over to the Hawksoft to actually process the paperwork. So once again, save the information, keep the original quote date, and if you're quoting the customer, all the qualifying information, you're going to type it under the notepad, and also any additional information that's relevant, you're going to type it, you're going to press OK, and then it saves the information, so you could always go back and the information is going to be there. And once again, always save the information, keep the original quote date, just in case the system closes, at least you saved all the information. And just in case you need to print the summary, you're going to go to the hammer, the FSC summary, and you can select print. You're actually going to have to print this summary. This is part of your paperwork. So if you actually sell the policy and you're printing all of your paperwork, there's a step where you're going to have to print the FSC.